Now, Wendy's CEO has backtracked from the comments about price surging from the other day. But trust me, all of these guys, they're going to get together. And it might be somewhere in St. Bart's over a few cocktails with young women. But this surge pricing is coming. And these big burger chains and fast food places, they're going to do it all at once. Because right now, the CEO of Wendy's, he's taking on some heat. So there's no doubt that he had to backtrack those comments. But believe me, price surging is coming. And it's not going to just come from Wendy's. It's going to come from all of these guys. And it's going to come from all of these guys all at the same time. And then you're going to begin seeing it everywhere else in the service sector, all the way down to the grocery store. Now, a loaf of bread might cost you $4 at 8 a.m. But between the hours of 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., that loaf of bread might be $5. So once this surge pricing begins with just one company or a few companies or a handful of companies, it's going to spread everywhere. Now, New York Community Bank is down 26%. And if the stock is a barometer of the health of this bank, it will not survive. And I've said that for the past few weeks, that this was the bank, this was the stock to keep an eye on. And when this bank falls, when it collapses, it's not going to be the last domino. This commercial real estate regional bank storm is just beginning. Now, why would the CEO leave? Well, if you know the company is going to fail, the bank is going to fail, you don't want that stigma attached to your resume. So you take your golden parachute now and get out. And we saw this with Silicon Valley Bank last year, where a few of the top executives, they left a few weeks, they resigned a few weeks before that bank failed. And that's the new mantra on Wall Street. Get out of the kitchen while the fire is still small. And a few weeks later, when the kitchen is burned down, you can shrug your shoulders and pretend that you don't know what happened. Now, WTI is almost $80, and that's after that monthly contract rolled over. But regardless, folks, as I've said, I believe oil is going above $90 a barrel this year, and that's going to spell big trouble for the U.S. consumer. They're going to be punched in the gut. They're already struggling now. There are so many people who are on the financial razor's edge of being kicked out on the streets. Once oil is in the mid-80s, it's going to be one heck of a headache for the Fed. The Fed is going to be kaput. They're not going to be able to cut rates. Now, if oil is at this price now, I mean, imagine where it's going to be 2 or 3 months from now. We're going to be in big trouble here in America. Now, as of January, 416,000 Americans are working 2 full-time jobs. Now, that number's from the BLS, but in my belief, that number's probably 4 or 5 times more than that. And that's just to get by, folks. These people who are working 2 jobs, that's not because they want to save money. They're doing it to keep a roof over their head. And in the long term, what's going to happen is you're going to have people who are just burned out physically, mentally. And after that, things can go downhill quite quick. And this is becoming mainstream across America, where most people are working more than one job. They're either working 1 full-time job and 1 part-time job, 3 part-time jobs, or 2 full-time jobs. And in fact, if you're just working 1 full-time job, people are looking at you with a side eye, wondering either how you're doing it or why aren't you taking advantage and working that second job. Now, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.